did get a little bit of the composite started. Uh, the uh, the edging, the solid edging, is something that we look back on the list, and lo and behold, I did not order the solid edging. But when we went through that, when we ordered all the materials, when we were starting to order all the materials, the guy that was ordering the material list with me, unfortunately, he disappeared for like a week straight, and I don't know the whole story. His brother owns the lumber yard, and they're a great lumber yard, Main Street Lumber in Southwest City, Missouri. Their materials are affordable. They're quality material. You can build with it. It's mostly Doug fir, a lot of Doug fir. They're treated lumber that I've gotten from them, and the decking. They've just been great to work with through this whole project from the beginning to the end. Main Street Lumber in Southwest City, Missouri. Great folks. But we got the composite started on the well cover, and I'm really excited about that because my hinge is going to work out. I'm going to have to modify the top, and then we'll get back into putting the composite on top of it and routering out around the edges of it to make it as perfect as possible. I would rather, use a darker material on that, but we'll just use what we got. It's a kind of a two-tone, two different deck color, and then the ledge that goes around the house is darker than what the deck that we're putting down is going to be. So it would have been nice to have that, but I would have to go buy Trex material at the lumber yard, and we just don't have it in the budget. So we're going to go with what we got for now. So this is the well. This is the pressure tank. The well's right straight down here underneath, and we put in a submergible pump in here, and it's a lot better. We got way better pressure in the house. The whole system's just great. But I had one problem right down here. This whole section here needs to move over this direction about 1.25 inches or so in order for it to be centered up. And we were in a little bit of a hurry because the snow was fixing to fly. It was freezing cold. We set this thing. We weren't thinking about how the top was going to land in between these two posts. And this whole top part here needs to slide down. Now, this material is going to be on top, and there's going to be a door right here with a continuous hinge across the back and 2 hydraulic hinges that lift this up to be able to have access. But before we can go any further, I'm going to have to take the screws out of the base and move this thing over about 1.25 inches and get it where it needs to be, and then we can move on with putting the deck top on it. It's just a box, okay? So, the well cover. And what I'm going to do here is cut one of these boards, go dead center here, and then 2 more. And I ran out of 2x4 treated material, so I'm going to go ahead and cut these down to length and put them in here flat like this across here. This is going to be my door, and the hinges are going to go crossed right here. So this is 48 across here, so 48, I'm going to find 2 foot on center. Go up here, do the same thing. This is pretty squared inside the hole. It's going to be the door. So 2 foot on center. Okay, so I've got these 2 boards in. I'm just down here on this last board, and I'm going to get it in. That's going to be the the frame for the top deck to attach to and the hidden fasteners, which this whole thing's going to get the same composite as the rest of the deck. And I would have rather had it a different color, but that's what we got, so we're going to go with that for now. And the different color would have been the same color that we have up there, because that's Trex deck on our handrail that goes around that I customized on the deck in the wall. It's a different color, but since we've got all this moisture sealed Vantage, we're going to use it on this. Screw in there. Okay, so I keep talking about the struts, and that's what these are. They're going to go inside here and here. However they go on there, they're hydraulic. And this is going to be our continuous hinge. Haven't even looked at this thing yet since I ordered it on Amazon. We'll check it out here together. We got it. A little persistence got her open. So yeah. One. Okay, pretty nice continuous hinge. So my plan is for this thing to sit right in here and be the back hinge for this. Got that cut down to 48. So yeah, we deburred that really good, cleaned that edge up. We cut that with my circular saw, my regular corded circular saw, straight across, and then just took the grinder and just barely touched that edge and got all that burr off there. See, it's the right length that needs to go down inside there. Like that. So I've got a couple of screws back here, and here holding this door in, so I'm going to back them out. Stuck down there where I had that insulation foam, but it was cold. I got a screw started there. We'll get in here with a handful and see how far I can get to screw this hinge back the rest of the way. This thing up under there We're supposed to go where it was before. Okay, so now we're gonna have to get on the outside of it with this and screw these hinges on here from out there while it's stood up. Hopefully that's going to be possible for me to do by myself. So what have we discovered since getting the basic concept here? Discovered that it's just what we're looking for, but I'm going to have to pull this board out and trim just a little bit off this corner, which I kind of expected to have to center this thing up a little bit because it was hard to get this hinge in here single-handedly. And then move this board over here about a 1/2 inch this way and shorten up this board in the front. Cut all these off here about a 1/2 inch to bring it in because it's just a little bit right down there. See, it's sticking out just a little bit, about a 1/2 inch. So I need to modify this top just a little bit, but it was pretty close from what I planned. But I'm thrilled about this. Okay, that's going to be great. We'll have the composite on top of it. All right. So I've cut this board here and routed it, and I cut it out to go around this continuous hinge right here that the door to the well, the access door to the well swings on. And you know, we put those struts in there, gas struts, and I've cut this thing to length. And if you take a look at it, you can see where I routed the edge there, and I routed the ends. All these ends are all going to get routed right across. Fits on there like that. So what I want to do is this first board is going to be whatever I have to rip it down to fit up against that one, and then still have just enough room for this to, this moves a little bit, so we don't want it interfering, the edge of the deck board to interfere with the pivoting of the hinge as it moves just a little bit. Okay, so what I'm doing here is just taking this clip, sliding it right in there. Make sure I got it in there the right way. That's the right way. And it's going to pull this in just a little bit when I suck it up. See that? See that move? And back it up off just a little bit. Nice job. And that's, they're testy. Right there. Alright, so now we're just going to screw these clips down. Now this first one's going to be pretty tight because this one's already sucked down. So I had to get it at an angle and pop it down onto these, but these have to be adjusted with these screws. So we've got all the clips in, and each one we're just going to continue on like this. Okay, so we're just about there. Just about there. This board on, and then we'll have one more put on out here on the outside edge. Alright, so I've got a line on this side. I've got my circular saw here to cut it, and I'm going to let you guys be here when I make the cut. So I've got to do it right. first time. See? So what I want to do first is shallow up my blade. On this saw I did it like this. Some my material. Just a little bit beyond that, right in there. Right there should suffice. It's got to be a clean, straight cut. On this side, do the same thing again. We should have a door. Again. We had one of them clop out of there. It's okay, we can fix that. So all these down through here need to be screwed off. I didn't screw them off before I cut it, but I can come back here and screw those off. That's it. That's our door.